Cynthia Erivo had barely wrapped her whirlwind Wicked press tour when she suddenly stepped onto one of the biggest stages in the world and shocked everyone with a performance no one expected her to pull off. Just days after losing her voice, she opened the 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with a bold, emotional rendition of Nina Simone's "Feelin' Good." And the moment instantly became one of the most talked about parts of the entire event. What made this performance so gripping wasn't just the song or the spectacle. It was the fact that Erivo showed up after a week filled with non-stop interviews, fan events, and high-pressure appearances that had pushed her voice to its limit. People who followed the Wicked for Good promotional tour already knew she had been struggling. Near the end of the run, her voice reportedly gave out, forcing her to scale back interviews and preserve what little strength she had left. Fans were worried she might cancel her opening performance, but instead, she walked straight into the parade looking calm, golden, and ready to prove something. From the moment she sang the first line, it was clear she wasn't just performing a classic, she was sending a message. Her tone was strong, focused, and filled with the kind of emotion that comes from pushing through pressure no one sees. Even people watching at home felt it. Social media exploded within minutes, with viewers saying they were stunned by how powerful she sounded after such a rough week. Some even wondered how she managed to recover so quickly, while others speculated that adrenaline and sheer determination carried her through. Whatever happened behind the scenes, the result was undeniable. And then came the moment that truly sealed the performance. Once she finished the song, Erivo stepped forward with the Rockettes to officially open the parade. She smiled, raised the ribbon, and announced, "Now, let's have a parade." It was a short line, but it felt symbolic, almost like she was reclaiming her voice in real time. For someone who has spent the last year facing intense scrutiny while filming Wicked, promoting it, and carrying on the most demanding roles on her shoulders, this was a moment of pure triumph. But the story behind that moment is what made it even more interesting. Erivo has been under incredible pressure as fans around the world anticipate the Wicked movies. Every interview, every performance, every appearance has turned into a conversation about whether she and Ariana Grande can live up to the impossible expectations set by the original Broadway show. The press tour leading up to this parade was intense. Long gaze, constant travel, and back-to-back interviews that pushed her voice to the edge. Toward the end of the tour, reports claimed she could barely speak. Even she admitted she felt her voice going out. So when viewers saw her standing in the cold New York air, one of the toughest conditions for a singer, they couldn't believe how strong she sounded. Some fans have speculated that she may have used the break after the tour to work with vocal therapists, steam treatments, or strict vocal rest to get ready. Others believe she simply refused to let the parade go on without her, thinking it was too meaningful to skip. After all, opening the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is a rare honor, one that millions of viewers witness live. And with Wicked dominating headlines, this was a moment that would be replayed everywhere. But even with all that pressure, she didn't just perform, she delivered a statement. Her rendition of "Feeling Good" wasn't just a song choice, it felt like a declaration of resilience after a rough stretch. People felt the emotion behind every line, as if she was turning the chaos of the past week into something powerful. It also added fuel to an interesting conversation online, whether Erivo thrives the most when she's pushed to the edge. Fans pointed out that this wasn't the first time she performed while battling vocal strain, and somehow those performances often end up being some of her strongest. What happened after the parade only added to the buzz. Clips of her performance went viral, especially ones showing the moments where she hit the high, soaring notes that everyone thought her voice was too worn out to reach. Some viewers even argued that she sounded better than she had on the press tour itself, sparking theories that she might have held back during interviews to save her voice for the parade. Nothing has been confirmed, but the speculation only helped the moment spread further.
And yet, the real power of the performance wasn't about perfection. It was about showing up when everyone assumed she wouldn't. It was about stepping into the cold after a week of doubt and delivering a performance that felt personal. It reminded people why Erivo is considered one of the strongest vocal performers of her generation, and why fans are so excited, and sometimes nervous, to see what she'll bring to Wicked. In the end, her appearance at the parade wasn't just a kickoff to a holiday tradition. It was a reminder of her resilience, her talent, and her ability to turn pressure into art. A few days ago, she could barely speak, but on Thanksgiving morning, she stood in front of millions and sang a song that left people buzzing long after the parade moved on. And if this is the energy she's bringing after losing her voice, it raises one question fans can't stop asking. What will she deliver next when she's performing at full strength?